Pre-colonial Camarines Sur. Before the Spaniards arrived in 1569, Camarines Sur was already home to thriving Austronesian communities. The Austronesians originally came from Taiwan. More specifically, studies of linguistics, archaeology, and genetics indicate that around 3000 to 1500 BCE, before Common Era or before Christ, people from coastal southern China and Taiwan speakers of Photo-Austronesian languages began migrating southward and eastward. This migration spread them into the Philippines, Indonesia, Malaysia, and eventually as far as Madagascar in the east. Taiwan is considered the Austronesian homeland because the greatest linguistic diversity of Austronesia language exists there, a sign of long-term settlement. Migration pattern from Taiwan to northern Philippines to eastern Indonesia to Pacific Islands, Micronesia, Polynesia, and Madagascar. Culture and technology, they brought advanced seafaring skills, boat building, rice and taro cultivation, domesticated animals, and metalworking. In short, the Austronesians were maritime pioneers, spreading across thousands of islands and creating one of the world's most widespread language families. Early settlements, coastal and riverine barangays flourished along the Bicol River Basin, one of the largest river system in Luzon. Trade connections extend to China, Borneo, and other Southeast Asian polities. Gold ornaments, pottery, and early boat-building traditions show advanced craftsmanship. Social and cultural structure. Communities were led by datus. Spiritual life was guided by Babaylanes, who performed rituals to Anitos, spirits. Babaylanes were the spiritual leader, healers, and ritual specialists or pre-colonial Philippine societies including the ancient communities of Bicol, Ibalan, Visayas, and parts of Luzon and Mindanao. They existed long before Spanish colonization and were central figures in early barangay life. Babaylanes' role in society. 1. Spiritual mediums, they communicated with Anitos, spirits of ancestors and nature, and guided the community in ritual for harvest, healing ceremonies, protection from illness or calamity, blessings before war or voyages. 2. Healers, Babaylanes used herbal medicine, chanting, oracion, spiritual cleansing rituals. They combined practical knowledge of plants with spiritual belief systems. 3. Advisors to datus. They often stood beside the datu, advising on important decisions. In many communities, their authority rivaled or even exceeded that of political leaders. Most Babaylanes were women, however some men who dressed and live as women. Gender in Babaylan tradition was more fluid and spiritually defined. Spanish colonizers later condemned male Babaylanes, calling them Isag in the Visayas. When Spain introduced Christianity in the late 1500s, Babaylanes were labeled witch and heretics. Many were persecuted or executed. Their influence declined as priests replaced them. However, resistance movements sometime revived Babaylan leadership, especially during the revolts in Bicol and the Visayas. In ancient Ibalan, the early name for the Bicol region, Babaylanes. Before church bells rang across Bicol, before Spanish friars built stone cathedrals, there were the Babaylanes, keepers of healing, guardians of memory, and voices of the unseen. Social and political structure. Communities were led by datus. Spiritual life was guided by Babaylanes, who performed rituals to Anitos, spirits. The people spoke early forms of the Bicol language. Long before the coming of Spain, before churches rose and towns were named, there was Ibalong, the ancient land of Bicol. Ibalong is believed to mean people of Ibal or people of the river valley. It was a land of thick forest, mighty rivers, and towering mountains, guarded by spirits and haunted by beasts. The earliest account of the Epic of Ibalong was recorded in the 1800s by Spanish friar Fray José Castano, who preserved fragments of an older oral tradition. Ibalong was terrorized by a monstrous wild boar named Tandayak. The beast destroyed crops and villages, uprooted trees, and killed many people. Then came the great hero, Baltog, a warrior from the land of Batava. 4 days they fought, spear against tusk, strength against fury. At last, Baltog broke the monster's jaw with his bare hands and killed it. The people celebrated him as their savior. But darker creatures still roamed Ibalong. The cunning serpent Oriol creature who could transform into a beautiful woman. Oriol would lure men with her enchanting voice, then devours them. Then came mighty hero Handyong, tall and golden-haired. For 10 long years Handyong fought the monsters that plagued Ibalong. When Handyong confronted Oriol, she tried to seduce and deceive him, but he was strong of will. Instead of destroying her, he impressed her with his courage. Oriol eventually became his ally. Handyong and his warriors defeated many terrifying beings. Rabbit half-man, half-beast whose body turned into stone when slain. Winged sharks, crocodiles the size of houses, man-eating creatures of the forest. With each victory, the land became safer. Under Handyong's leadership, civilization began. He introduces laws and governances, agriculture and fishing, writing and craftsmanship, boat building and trade. Ibalong flourished. Rabbit came back. Rose from his cave, terror returned Ed to Ibalong. But Bantong, one of Handyong's brave warriors, studied the creature. Rabbit body hardened into stone when attacked. Bantong waited until Rabbit slept and struck its vulnerable heart before its body could transform. The monster fell. Peace returned once more. Just as Ibalong reached its golden age, disaster struck. The earth trembled, mountains split open, the sky darkened. Floods swallowed the villages. The land itself changes. Many believe this part of the epic explains the volcanic and geological forces of Bicol, especially the majestic Mount Mayon. The epic ends, but not in defeat, but in survival. Though nature destroyed much, the people endured. The epic of Ibalong is not just about monsters. It symbolizes the struggle between chaos and civilization, the taming of nature, the rise of early Bicol society, the power of leadership and unity. Baltog represents strength. Handyong represents wisdom and governance. Bantong represents strategy and courage. And Oriol represents transformation, from danger to alliance. Thank you for watching. The conclusion of Camarines Sur will be in our next episode of the History of Bicol Region, Part 4. Please don't forget to click the like button and share. And please subscribe to our channel for more.
Colonial love beneath the sun on rolling hills, where rivers dance and forests still. Babylon's chant to the wind and sky, guardians of earth. Spirits nearby, Rabat and heroes of ancient lore, told of lands we all adore. Camarines Sur, through time you shine, from the mountains tall to the coastlines fine. Through fire and storm, your heart and